Imagine this. You're standing in a crowded street. Cars pass, people move around you. Nothing seems unusual until suddenly, every whisper of thought, every hidden doubt, every unspoken truth crashes into your mind like a tidal wave. Not voices, not sounds, but pure thought, raw, unfiltered, relentless. Your mind is no longer private. Your world is no longer silent. For thousands of years, humanity has relied on a simple boundary. Our thoughts are our own. Entire societies, relationships, and moral systems were built on that assumption. But what if that boundary disappeared in a single moment? What if every human on Earth suddenly gained the ability to read minds? Not selectively, not by choice, not one mind at a time, but all at once. A morning begins like any other. People wake up, prepare for the day. Then something impossible occurs. A sudden awareness floods every person alive. A thought enters your mind, but it isn't yours. Then another and another. A wave of consciousness spreads across the planet. Billions of minds collide in a single instant. Panic erupts. Phones jam. Streets fill with terrified crowds. Every question someone asks is answered instantly. By every mind nearby, the world becomes a storm of overlapping thoughts, impossible to silence, impossible to escape. This ability is not a gift, it is exposure. Total, inescapable exposure. To understand what comes next, we must understand the true nature of this power. Mind reading, on this scale, is not a window into single thoughts. It is the destruction of privacy. Every memory, every desire, every fear, every secret becomes visible. The mind, once safe and sealed, becomes a transparent field of information. Human cognition was never designed for this. The brain filters, it organizes, it protects. With these defenses gone, billions of thoughts surge freely. A global consciousness storm begins. History gives us hints about what this might mean. When privacy breaks, fear rises. When secrets surface, trust collapses. We have seen governments toppled by leaked information, societies shaken by exposure, families fractured by revealed truths. But all of these involved limited information, controlled leaks, partial truths, selective transparency. Imagine all of that, but multiplied by every human being alive. The first effect arrives instantly, the collapse of social masks. Human communication depends on filtered speech. We think one thing, say another, hide a third. But now, every buried emotion, every hidden resentment, every dark impulse emerges. Relationships shatter in minutes. Friendships, marriages, alliances, crushed by truth revealed too quickly, too brutally. The next collapse hits governments. Leaders can no longer hide motives or strategies. Diplomacy becomes impossible. Every lie is exposed, every negotiation revealed, every secret intention laid bare. Nations lose the ability to plan in private. Military decisions become transparent. Rivalries intensify. Conflicts spark instantly simply because hesitation becomes visible. Then the economy falls. Markets rely on confidential information, trade secrets, business strategies, innovation protected by privacy. All of it evaporates. Stock markets crash. Corporations lose every advantage they ever had. The economy stalls in chaos. But perhaps the most devastating impact happens inside the human mind. With billions of thoughts pouring in, the brain begins to strain. Anxiety spikes. People struggle to sleep. Concentration becomes nearly impossible. The noise is constant. An endless blur of voices that never stops. Humanity begins to break. Within days, coping strategies emerge. People try meditation, then mass silence, then isolation. But nothing works. Thoughts bypass walls, distance, or physical barriers. A person can sit alone, yet feel surrounded by millions. There is no escape. Gradually, people attempt something else, discipline. They try to control their thoughts. They develop mental rules, thought etiquette, ways to avoid harming others. New forms of focus and restraint evolve. It becomes a global effort to calm the collective mind. And slowly, something new forms. Human thoughts begin to synchronize. People anticipate each other, predict each other. Groups start to think alike, as if connected. Humanity develops a shared mental rhythm, not unity, but alignment. the birth of a collective cognitive network. Civilization reorganizes. Language becomes secondary. Thoughts replace speech. Honesty is no longer a virtue. It is unavoidable. Crime reduces dramatically because intentions are visible. But conflict still exists because motives are equally exposed. After years of chaos, humanity stabilizes into something different. A society built not on privacy, but on transparency. A world where identity is molded by constant exposure, where emotion is public, where the mind is open. This world teaches us something important, that privacy is not weakness, it is protection. It is the quiet room where ideas grow, where fears soften, where emotions breathe. Without it, humanity becomes fragile, overexposed, vulnerable. Would humanity survive mind reading? Yes. Would it remain the same? No. It would become something unrecognizable. The question is, would that new world be better? Or would it be the end of what makes us human? And if this is what happens when everyone can read every mind, what happens if we one day lose control of our minds entirely? That is a question for another what if.